So I wanted to see real quick, without any notification whatsoever, what would happen if I just went ahead and went live. And I guess without any sort of promotion, not much, because I don't see a single solitary person in here. And we're about 20 seconds deep? Is this really live? I can't even tell. Because I really wanted to get some things super fucking clear. This is not normally how I would go live. I understand I'm in the car. I'm trying not to look at the screen. There isn't much light left, so this isn't going to last much longer. 14-1. 14-1. I have no idea what that means. Oh, 14-1. Yeah, Chiefs. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, 14-1. 17. Yeah, how about that game? It was so close. 17-14. Unbelievable. So I'm going to delete this. I'm going to delete this very shortly, because this is not what Prison Junkie is all about. This is not the quality that I'm trying to put forward. But I need to tell you guys, number one, I'm working on it. The reason I posted the thing about the lens was not so I could get a handout, or so somebody could send me a GoFundMe, or set up a GoFundMe, or give me money on PayPal. It's because I broke a fucking lens. Well, really, I was trying to clean dust out of it, and I thought, genius that I am, I'm going to somehow, with all these micro tools, figure out how to take apart a 7-year-old lens, put it back together again, and, have it cleaner, optically cleaner. The autofocus would be better. But no, I'm getting error 00, error code. After the third assembly and disassembly, it is what it is. I'm pretty much writing it off. Not my greatest day. On the way to get coffee this morning, guy pulls out. I'm going 8 miles an hour, hit a speed bump. There's 3 speed bumps in the townhouse complex where I live. Guy T-bones me. I mean, it wasn't a big hit. It was just a rub. Swore up and down he had insurance. I called Geico. They're like, yeah, we can work it all out. It happened on private property, so on and so forth. You don't need to call the cops. Turns out, maybe he doesn't have insurance through State Farm. So it's been a hell of a day. It's been a hell of a month. There's been a lot that's happened here at Prison Junkie HQ. And I know you guys are all patiently awaiting my response video. And let me assure you, it is coming. It is coming. And it's going to be nasty. And I'm telling you, man, this thing, for most people, any rational people, I don't know how many of those, you hear from Big Joe. No, I challenged Big Joe to a live. I challenged Joe to a fight. 4-ounce gloves. Nothing but crickets. You gonna lie on me? Continue to lie about me? I couldn't believe, I gotta be honest with you, man. I honestly could not believe the audacity to respond to me with this video talking about soccer balls, Thomas the Tank Engine. I mean, really nothing. Levi's a bitch. Yeah, but I sold the mushrooms. Levi's a bitch. But yeah, he kind of did sort of co-found the channel. Yeah, I probably shouldn't have ran my mouth so much about Yanni, because the truth of the matter is, the first 20 videos, I didn't even allow a mention of his name in the comment section or on the videos. I didn't say anything about him. They were about my experiences. That's it. Now, during the course of this 57-minute trash fire that he called a response video, you know, he gets in there, he wears his little plaid shirt, looking like Beetlejuice straight out of the cemetery. Nice fucking model, right? And just lies. Just lied and lied and lied, saying I talked about his miscarriage and talked about Rainey. I have never, not one time, done anything but defend her. Never, not once. I said Rainey's never been anything but nice to me. I didn't even mention her name. In fact, I even on Reddit, I was like, please, will you guys please shut the fuck up and leave this woman alone? You even talking shit about her makes me look bad, because people are going to lump me in there with that. And I begged and pleaded. I don't control Reddit. Who the fuck am I? So, yeah, I mean, that's a little stressful. Oh, by the way, and I'm going to get into this in the video, this soccer ball story, which is amusing to me. I couldn't believe that he said this about the soccer ball. Anybody who's ever been locked up, done any time in prison, kicks everybody's soccer ball over the fucking fence? You think playing with Bloods and Crips and GDs and Osatrus and Aryan Brothers, you think they're not going to eat me alive? Beat me up limb from limb? Come on. Kicking a soccer, taking everybody's wreck, which is what we call it in prison. Yo, you guys going to come out here for this wreck? Now, was I the greatest soccer player in the world? But there's plenty of instances of Joe talking about what an incredible athlete I was. I mean, he's probably listed them, privated them, deleted them, as he does, because he wants to shape the narrative for, whatever he is now. Hence the plaid shirts and the folksy demeanor. Oh, shucks. I'm just trying to survive over here, just trying to do me, just trying to make my way. Meanwhile, okay, we're back. Anyway, yes, a lot of people had problems. A lot of people have had issues, me included. Those have been well publicized. But here we are 3 years later. Why do I still have to hear about it? Why is it a problem that I started a YouTube channel? Buddy, you're not that big of a deal. I didn't start a channel because of you. I started a channel because of me. Because of my experiences, because of my hope, because of the last 2 years that I've done since I've gotten out of prison. I'm not proud of it, but that's what I've done. I have a lot of stories to tell, and I wanted to tell them without a lot of interference. Now, one could make the argument, hey, you didn't have to respond. He could have kept calling you a cocksucker and a dick-eating motherfucker, and he was going to body me, and I'm going to destroy you, and I'm going to fuck you up, and I'm going to do all this and that, and you're going to, blah, 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 blah. You're talking about my wife and all these other goddamn lies. And I guess I could have just ignored it. But you know what? Had I done that, I wouldn't have been true to me. But he probably knew, hey, look, if I continue calling this motherfucker out, life after that, I knew Jellicoe, I knew Big Dave, I knew Pee-wee, and I knew Rabbit long before Joe ever knew any of those people. So who is he to tell me I can't make videos with them? He owns these people? Get the fuck out of here, man. I've gone out of my way not to ask anybody for shit. I don't ask you to subscribe. I don't ask you to like. But for this motherfucker to have the audacity to sit there and go, oh, my wife, she had IVF treatment. Who knows if that's even real? I don't even know if that's real at this point. That's happened so many fucking times. Very conveniently, the timing. Now, if you want to get mad about me, I don't know, making fun of his fucking procreation, but now, and let me make this clear. According to Joe, and I have video of this, and Joe, you can go try and delete all this stuff. Buddy, I have it all. I've got Encyclopedia Jotanica on deck. So whatever you've tried to hide, whatever you've tried to fucking obscure, buddy, I got it. Don't worry about it. I got it. Don't even try covering it up. I got it, bro. You said that your wife wanted to make t-shirts with my mugshot on them, and I was nice to her. I'm still going to be nice to her. I don't believe in getting people's women involved in this. This has nothing to do with me and Rainey. This has everything to do with me and Joe. He could have left me alone. I didn't need to ask him permission to make a show. I got sick and I thought I was going to die. And I said, man, if I've got one shot at doing this, I've got some skills, I've got some ability, and I had the heart. I really wanted to make something cool. I wanted to make something that mattered. And this motherfucker shit all over it, dude. And, maybe I shouldn't have made the video with Levi. Had it been all me, I would have done it a little bit differently. There would have been a lot more Jessica, which there's a lot more Jessica. There's an hour and 10 minutes more Jessica. And guess what? She's not the only one that he batted around like a fucking piñata since he's been out of prison, since he's been such a great guy. And people can say, well, you're a snitch. Okay, fine. I'm a snitch. But guess what? He snitched first. And just because I got out of prison, just because I got sober, doesn't mean that all of a sudden I'm Mr. fucking maturity. I still have a lot of that convict mentality. Keep in mind, I've only been out, not even a year. And I was in a rough place, a real rough place, not no fucking Indian Creek, which I've been, whatever. Anyway, I got sick and tired. I almost had a little bit of a meltdown today because of this whole Lynn situation. Because I'm trying to finish this thing up. And I'm here to tell you, man, this video, I don't give a fuck about YouTube monetization. And oh, by the way, let me tell you, yeah, Junkie Rant. John says, you know what? I want to read some of this shit. I want to read some of this shit because it's bound to be hilarious. I'm loving this stuff here. 14-1, you better believe it. Mark Brennan says Jew. What does that mean? You're saying I'm Jewish? I mean, well, I'm not Jewish, but if I was, who gives a fuck? Joel Chambers says, good to see you, Yanni. Happy holidays. Happy holidays to you, my friend. You know, it's very disappointing for me because I was going down to see my family. And my grandmother, she's 94 years old. She got COVID. My mother, she's got COVID. My mother's sister, COVID. And so seeing my new nephew, Charlie, who's just the most adorable kid. I mean, the kid is like, he looks like the Michelin. He's so fat. It's unbelievable how fat this kid is. He's just, but, you know, it's beautiful. Love him, to, you know, and wanted to hang out with him, take some pictures, and, you know, have some fun. Anyway. Michael Blade says, when's your next video? Like I said, I'm going to delete this, man. I'm working on it. I'm working on it tonight. And it may be my last video. I think I'm just about over it. Everything that I thought that the YouTube experience could be has kind of been wrecked. You know, I feel like from now going forward, it doesn't matter what I show you. And look, I got a lot. That's nothing. Now I got to ask you this. What person in their right mind could actually watch the last 20 minutes of that video with Joe and that poor pitiful girl on the phone? Him saying, just answer the question. Just answer the question. Did I ever beat you? Well, you know, it was a rough relationship and we were violent and he's just steaming. I mean, the guy is steaming, Willie beaming. I mean, straight out of Any Given Sunday. I mean, this dude is hot because he's not giving her the answer that she wants. And oh, by the way, she's not happy with him. Oh yeah, that's not where it stops. Because like I said, I have a whole nother hour of footage that I didn't use. And I didn't say her name. I used a clip. You motherfucker are the one that said her name. And oh, shame on me. Shame on me for using a recorded phone call that's perfectly legal in a one-party consent state, which is this state. You have done that countless times. You recorded Jellicoe's conversation a month and a half ago, which I addressed that old Jellicoe text message bullshit 3 months ago on live stream. You're not telling anybody nothing that knows anything. You're a fucking clown, number one. And number two, you've done that with countless people, whether it's Jaron, whether it's Danny, whether it's Jellicoe, whether it's fucking contractors on your little Twitch stream that nobody watches and nobody cares about, where you thought you could get away with whatever you wanted. But like your little whore fucking Mink's slave girl says, your little Himmler to your Hitler, the internet always remembers. Oh yeah, honey, the internet be remembering. Yanni be remembering too. So I'm going to go through that whole 57-minute pile of bullshit, and I tell you this, I mean, I've already done it, so it's coming. It's just a matter of assembly. There's so much stuff. I have so many receipts. Talk about obsession, talk about stalking, me to you. How many videos have you made specifically about me? 4. Now, 2 of them you've taken down, but 2 of them are still up. Maybe even 3. It might be 5. And then countless Patreon stuff, countless Twitch streams. Keep in mind, first 15, 20 videos, I think it's 22 videos I actually counted. I didn't mention you once. And if somebody even said Joe, I said Joe Biden, Bazooka Joe, Joe Budden. Never heard of him. I don't even care about the election, whatever. You like Joe Biden, Donald Trump, whatever. I'm not a fan of either one of them. I wasn't, but whatever. I went out of my way, and I also said, if you like APS, that doesn't mean that you can't like my channel. I never made it about you and me. You did that because you wanted this, because your channel is lagging, it's flagging. There's only so much leaf blowing and hedge clipping and, you know, house building or whatever it is that you do. I honestly don't watch your videos. People send me clips, that's it. Now, I know you watch my videos. And me putting my whole effort into this, I use a camera that's 7 years old and a fucking computer that's 10 years old. I put everything I had into this. It's shit that you could go buy at one of Jellicoe's garage sales, man. Give me a break. Anyway, let me check some comments here, and then I'm gonna jump off of this. Joel Chamberlain, good to see you, Yanni. Happy holidays. Yeah, Michael Blade. It's coming. There's a lot more coming. OG Brick. Oh, what up, OG Brick? 420. This is really dangerous. LOL 20 viewers, hashtag trending. Well, there's 250 right now. I drive around in circles for another 30 minutes. We'll probably have 500. We thought you had got locked up. No. Michael Blade says, love the Helly Hansen. This jacket is unbelievable. They make some of the greatest stuff. Chase Elliott fan, 09. Chase Elliott, congrats on the Winston Cup. Well, whatever, whatever the fuck it's called. You sure don't want to scam people with GoFundMe. That's true, I don't. Speaking of which, did you hear about Mr. Positivity and his blowing like a 0.18? Very positive on the breathalyzer, my friend. Great job. Michael Blade, you hear from Big Joe. I mean, if you mean that fat guy that wears plaid on After Prison Show, no, I've not heard from him. All right. Josh Nick says you're just jealous of what? Of his waistline? What am I jealous of, man? If I wanted to make a lot of money, if I wanted a big YouTube career, believe me, I could have a big YouTube career. I choose not to because it bothers me. The Real One Gaming, Joe's watching. You better believe it. MMA Nightmare, Yanni, pick up your phone. Bro, I've been trying to get up with you for days. Now you want me to pick up the phone? Come on. I think there's a way to do this without all the flipping and shit. Bro, you and Joe just need to throw them things. I agree. I would love to throw them things with Joe. I give him a week. I'm not giving him any time to train. He outweighs me by like 130 pounds. And, but if he wants to do it KSI and Logan Paul style, I'm happy to do it. I'll give up a whole human being to him. 130 pounds. Yeah. Welcome back, Trenton Dyer. What's going on, brother? BBQ King. Yay, finally. Now, this is very dangerous. Is that a Volvo? You better believe it is. A wrecked Volvo. Why not just move on, bro? Because, motherfucker. Because. Why would I move on? You don't get to keep lying about me and me not say nothing at all. It ain't happening, bro. Come on. Get real. One of these days, I don't want a Tesla. Wouldn't drive a Tesla. Mr. Jody says you're a whiner. Your name is Mr. Jody. What does that tell everybody else? Okay, these are just the same people. Yeah, I know. I already told you. Yeah, I feel you. He ain't gonna do that. Man, fuck Joe. I'm coming to get him. I mean, that's it. That's it. And look, hey, let me tell you this. If that's all that it is, if that's all my channel has become, I mean, I'm like a dog chasing or a lawyer chasing an ambulance, or a dog chasing, his tail. Maybe I am. It's probably unproductive. I ought to be out here helping people. I still do that, but I do it off camera. I got real mixed emotions about it. I didn't want this to be about Joe, and to him, he acts like it's not. He's steadily on his little, his little snapper doing his thing. Joe is a down-to-earth, humble, minimum wage landscape worker. I agree that that's what he will be very shortly. It is resentment. It is unhealthy. Revenge is something that one should want. On the other hand, would you not defend yourself? Let me ask you a question. If somebody broke into your house and stole some of your shit, and you knew who it was, would you not? What would you do? Would you call the police? But you caught them doing it. Or they came by and they keyed your car. You caught them doing it. You just gonna let that ride? Nah, you ain't gonna let it ride. This is, because of the light, this is bound to look pretty methy here, I think. So I'll try and turn on some lights. There we go. Oh, it's Junior Chayo. I've seen you before. You are a fucking moron. Here's the other thing. The last thing that I would want are the hardcore APS super fans. You know why? Because you people are morons. I mean, I want an audience that thinks freely, that thinks for themselves, that can use critical thinking skills, that can sort of separate the wheat from the chaff. That's why I don't tell anyone what to think. Here are the images. Here is the story. Here are shades of gray. You figure it out, and I respect your opinion. But if all you're going to do is parrot what some ding-dong on another channel says, and let me tell you something. I'm saying what a lot of other YouTubers in this genre want to be saying. They just don't want to be attacked by you. I'm willing to take it. I'll take it. Because I don't have a big following, and this isn't my career. Like, this is never going to be my career. This is nothing but a hobby. But there are people whom rely, and their families rely, on YouTube to put food on their table. And they are privately messaging me and calling me and saying, finally, somebody is trying to expose this guy. Finally, the snake that he is. Finally, that lying sack of shit. Somebody's finally calling him out on his bullshit. I wanted to do it, but I didn't want to deal with the trolls. I didn't want them taking over my channel. I wanted to do my content and not have it be affected and constantly be, dealing with these people. And I respect that. I get it. I still think it's kind of cowardly because I feel like, at the end of the day, it'll all shake out. But on the other hand, I get it, dude. I get it. I'm not in it to make money. They're in it to make money. No matter what anybody else says, if you think that uploading at oddball times of the hours, live streaming randomly, do you know why I do that? Think about it. I'm not even going to answer the question, but I want you to really ask yourself, why is there no upload schedule? Why does he just randomly live stream? Sometimes it's 3 o'clock in the morning. It's been a while since I've live streamed, but anyway, I hope everybody is having a happy holiday. Like I said, my family's finally personally been affected by COVID. I was starting to wonder if it was even real. It's real. My grandmother, say a prayer for her. She's 94 years old. She's doing well, though. But she just tested positive yesterday. 94. Still drives. Amazing woman. Amazing. Anyway, so people could say, I can't see the comments now, but they could say, well, you can tell. He's really emotional. You bet your fucking ass I'm emotional about it. You let somebody lie about you repeatedly. This isn't just, something happened 3 years ago. This is an ongoing thing. For years. For years. You go looking, like I said, you go look in my videos, 20 videos, whatever they are, the first 20, before I started throwing Life After Prison Show in the title. And I did it because I wanted to document what it was like to be black screened by Joe. But watch the videos. How often do I mention him? I think one time at the end of the Big Dave video, I mentioned a quote where he said, we were the 2 biggest failures in After Prison Show history. Now, of course, Joe did a video where we showed my bank records. We proved that I didn't go spend the GoFundMe money, but whatever. Again, he's going to bend and shape the narrative to suit him and suit his story. The fact of the matter is, you go back and watch that response video, he literally doesn't say anything about me. What, did I send him a text about Jellicoe because I was skeptical about his bond? And I'm not going to do a video for him, but here's the problem. I didn't do a video for you. You wanted me to do a video on the After Prison Show, and I said no. And you got mad because a week later I thumbed up a response that Jellicoe made about how he was emotionally affected by this black screen funeral bullshit that you laid out there. Because I was like, y'all, I said, this guy's a piece of shit. I watched the video with Joe because Jellicoe had called me. I said, okay, let me check this thing out. I watched it and I'm like, Jesus Christ, this guy, what a piece of shit. That's what I thought. I would never fuck with him. And I knew him, but I would never do anything with him. So I told Joe at the time, yeah, I'm not going to make a video with Jellicoe. But guess what? Having a bunch of tubes hooked up to you, having your life, sort of hang in the balance, and then deciding to make a YouTube channel for my own fucking reasons that don't have to do with anyone else. And then him reaching out to me, and me happened to be in the area, and we just said, look, let's just get together and see what happens. I'm curious to get to know you better. And that's what it was. The video was just an exploration of him and also of me. I don't mean anything gay by that. I'm sure there's a couple of jokes. I can't see the comments, but it was just, I just wanted it to organically happen. And I never made any claims about him being sober. I never made any claims about him at all. I let him tell his story, and I tried to do it in as interesting a way as I could. Just matching like tone and feeling and yeah, I mean, there's some happy there, some sad. He really was, but people like that guy. I mean, I met a lot of people, man, that weren't on camera that were like, this dude really fucking helps me out. And I was impressed, and none of it's on camera. I saw a video of him taking guys to rehab twice. He didn't put it on camera. He didn't put it on YouTube. The fact of the matter is he doesn't know how to edit. All you have to do is watch some of his videos. The Happy Easter video, holy shit. That's like the Ed Wood of YouTube. It's probably, I think I've watched that one more times than I've watched any other prison YouTube video because it's so fucking bad. Jellico, if you're watching this, don't take offense. It's probably the worst, best thing I've ever seen. In that everything you could possibly do wrong in a video, he did it. But it's so bad, it's almost like a masterpiece. I don't know. Anyway, I just thought I would check in because I'm so hung up on quality. Like, I have this whole setup at the crib where I'm trying to live stream in 4K and, you know, just the audio is unbelievable and the lights are great and it's just everything is like the way I want it to be. And I'm getting hung up on some of the technical aspects, hence the reason why I was cleaning the lens and then I ended up fucking up the lens and I needed to shoot some more footage. And I'm not putting that message out there to cry about it, it sucks. I'm disappointed. It's really not super replaceable because it's just an old lens. I just need to move on with the times. I mean, I really am trying to put 10 pounds of shit in a 5-pound sack, and I don't say it. I really say all this stuff, doing it, you know, the little technical problems and doing it with cheaper stuff, not for sympathy. I do it because I want to give people hope that, look, if I can make this stuff, you can too. Like, it doesn't take that much money. It just takes an imagination and some fucking heart. That's it. And that's what I'm working on. And so, yeah, I get lost in these little obsessions. In this case, it's replacing a lens. And yes, this thing with Joe, yeah, I want some fucking get back, bro. Yeah, goddamn right I do. I deserve it. And I'm going to get it. And I don't give a fuck if the video's 3.5 hours long. Buddy, I'm here to tell you, man, I want you to look in my fucking eyes. Like, I'm coming for you. I am coming for you. Look at this. Like, you're going to get it. And anybody that has any sense at all, you would have to be you'd have to be like the person that Donald Trump talks about where, hey, look, I could shoot a guy in Manhattan, I'd blow him away, and 30% of my followers would, they wouldn't care. And there's enough of these fucking Kool-Aid cultists that you have in your little cabal. And let me tell you something else. He has 5 keywords. The guy like behaviorally programs me. You'll see him in the comments section. Coattail, biting the hand that fed me. Well, Joe never fed me a fucking thing, number one. I've never seen him wear coattails. I've never even seen him wear like a nice coat. Maybe, I don't know, maybe at his wedding, did he have coattails? He didn't have coattails. What are we talking about? Number 2. The third one is butthurt. Who over 9 years old says butthurt? But then you parrot it, right? Butthurt. There's a couple more. You got butthurt, coattail, clout chasing. Again, that's something like a 17-year-old kid in high school says clout chasing. Give me a break. Come on, grow up. Clout chasing. You ain't got no clout with who? You got 1.5 million subscribers and you're like not even in the top 10 of watched prison YouTube channels. You ain't got much clout, Ace. And I don't want to do anything that you're doing, and nothing I've done is anything like you've ever done. Nobody trying to chase your clout. I mean, your clout goes right to the Golden Corral buffet, homeboy. I'm not trying to go there. I'm fit. Staying fit. But anyway, so those are the what are the other 2 words? There's 2 more that he likes to use. I don't know. I wrote them down somewhere. They're in the video. You'll just have to wait for the video. Are you excited? I shouldn't have done this. This was a really bad idea. By the way, I see that somebody donated $20 or 2 people donated $10 or however they added up, because I see it. I don't typically live stream this way. I appreciate it. I probably need to wear my seatbelt. Let me read through a couple of comments real quick, and then I'll shut this bad boy down. But the gloves are off. With me, whether you want to fucking throw hands or more than likely the video. And I don't even give a fuck. I'm sick. I'm all ate up with sickness. That's part of the reason I haven't been on video. Because, you know, it's just shit caught up with me. That's okay. It's not too late. It's just I have to work out some things physically. But I've been sober. I remain sober. And I plan on dying sober, but we'll see. I mean, I know it's trade. I'm going to take it one day at a time, but it means everything to me not to get high. So I'm going to not get high. Yeah. Well, like I said, I just wanted to be left alone, and I don't need to ask permission, and nobody needs to ask permission to make a channel, a YouTube channel, based on their own experiences or whatever it is that they want to do. And just keep in mind that anybody talking about slander, that YouTube video was manually reviewed. Not the computer reviewed it. There were so many reports or whatever. I shouldn't even say this because it gives people carte blanche to do it again. It was manually reviewed by a person, and they deemed it acceptable. So good luck with the slander case. You really think that I would upload something that's completely false? And please, I'm begging you, catch me in a lie. Catch me in a lie. I wish you luck. You're gonna need it. Let me check out a few of these comments here. All right. Joe is sending his trolls here. I don't know anything about paid for subs. I have nothing. Junior Chayo, it's funny to watch a crackhead fool people. That's why I thought that Joe's response video was hilarious. I'm like, look at this crackhead. He's fooling everybody. I agree. Narubi, respect for staying sober. Thank you very much. It is real. It is sometimes very hard, but it is happening. Bamrack 2000, one of my biggest supporters. Ohio, well, yeah, they can't see what they really are. I don't know what you're talking about. Ohio, my man, you got this, bro. You've been doing well with sobriety. You should be proud. Thank you. Thank you. I am proud. If there's nothing else I'm proud of, it's that. What happens after you gets yours with this Joe thing? What do you mean I gets mine? What the fuck does that even mean? Yeah, I noticed that a lot. Speaking of part-time YouTubers, a lot of like the big followers of this guy or the big trolls or whatever, they're all like wannabe YouTubers that it just never worked out. Like did a couple dog videos, or you know, they made duty in the toilet 2 or 3 times, or they talked about politics or maybe a video game. They did a let's play with like I don't know, GTA 3. Nobody gives a fuck, like from 20 years ago, because all they can afford is like a PS2. And then they're like, well, I can't do YouTube. I used to be a YouTuber once. It's a tough racket. That's for you, Antonio Napa. Let's see what we got here. Anyway, pull over, you DMMF live stream keeps cutting off. Yeah, like I said, I'm going to delete it. I might leave it up for like 20 minutes just so word travels. Please, if you want to copy this, do it. Put it in your little fan page. Take it over to the fucking OnlyFans where, you know, where Joe is showing off his flaccid testicles or whatever, his inoperable man parts. Whatever the fuck it is he's doing, go ahead and copy, paste it, show it to all your friends, your family. And I'm sure that your friends and your family, your wives, they're all the same, right? Because they're all related, right? I mean, for the most part, that's what we're talking about. These are the people we're talking about. Was he gay for the stay? I mean, I truly believe that Chiefs suck. Yeah, I mean, we've won 26 out of the last 25 games. Terrible, terrible, terrible team. Yanni, do you like Frozen? What? What are my plans? Joe also fight. Yeah, I mean, look, listen, let me tell you something, man. When it comes to fighting 60-year-old midgets, he's doing shit like men over here. Like, we're fighting for real, is what he says. Me and Rabbit, you should see me and Rabbit. Man, I'm 37, 6'4", 250. Rabbit, man, Rabbit's legit 4'11". Nope, I don't give a fuck if he says he's 5'1" or 5'2", he's 4'11". I've sat across from a poker table from him 100 times. The motherfucker is a legit midget hybrid. I mean, I don't know if he's a midget or he's definitely could get a fucking check from the government for sure. And then on top of it all, he's 60 years old and he's withered away into nothing. And God bless Rabbit. You know, I talked to him the other day. He sounds like he's doing much better. He's put on 20 or 30 pounds. I think he's up to like 155 now, which for him is pretty stout. But again, 6'4", 250. I mean, to me, 20 years younger, nothing to brag about. But maybe, I mean, yes, it depends on who you are. Oh, well, I mean, he's probably 6'4", 270. I mean, all you got to do is look at the button. How many different accents does that guy have? You know what's funny about midget hybrids and APS, right? And I'm not over here talking shit because I like both of these guys. I mean, Rabbit, I have love for Rabbit. We actually are sort of family in a weird kind of way. It's a long story, but I'll tell you one day. But I mean, I talk to him fairly frequently. But Griff is like a super midget. If you've ever seen Griff, in the flesh, he looks like a giant midget. He looks like Wee Man, but like a 5'10" version of Wee Man, because he has the giant head, the short fingers, and it just has all the features of like a dwarf, but he's not a dwarf. It's the weirdest thing. All right, what else we got? And then I got to roll. LOL. One day, Michael. I mean, I didn't say anything that I'm not going to say in the video. The video is going to be much better. It's going to be much better. It's going to get a lot more views. I don't think it's going to end anybody's career because nothing. I mean, I could show Joe Guerrero wearing a fucking sombrero, shaking maracas and sucking a donkey's dick in Tijuana, and I promise you, people would still be like, look at what he's doing for that donkey. He saved that donkey's life. All that donkey needed to do was bust a nut, and look at Joe. He was right there for the donkey. You know, I mean, that man is giving back, and he's taking it too. You got to give it up for that guy, right? Do I have any content besides APS and Joe? Well, why don't you go back and watch my fucking videos, you moron? So yeah, I got plenty of content. What do I have upcoming? Let me get this done, and then we're gonna get into the prison pedophilia ring video I have. That's almost done. I don't want to give any ideas because some shithead likes to take them all. There are lots of unique prison ideas that have never been done before, that you've never heard about before, that you don't know about prison, and you don't know about adapting to the real world, which is really what my channel was originally about, which is about addiction. Most people getting out of prison are addicts, or they're addicted to the lifestyle, man, the hustle. You know what I'm saying? They're taking advantage of addicts, like somebody we know. So I have a guy in a Colombian prison. It's a very interesting story. Good friend of mine. Used to smuggle real weight, like a real heavyweight smuggler. Very cool guy. Named Ace. I've got my 24 hours on $25 series. I've got 3 more videos that I'm working on with that. I got another series with a guy that was my best friend in prison. He was a murderer, and we used to play cards together every day. And I'll tell you a little bit more about him. But the Washington Post, New York Times wrote an article about him as when is vigilante justice going too far? Turns out there might be a lot more to the story that he hasn't revealed, and I plan on it being just a very big thing. So yeah, I mean, I have lots of other stuff, lots of real life in the world convict stuff. I don't want to give away too much, but one thing I've noticed about prison YouTube is that they don't ever get out of the house. Really, they're either playing video games, they're in front of a set, they're around their employees. You don't really see these people interact with average civilians, like real civilians, the way that I do and the way that I will. And I think there's a lot to explore, especially now with COVID. There's a huge influx. And with Oregon, drugs being legal, that's the first domino to making drugs legal. Legal throughout the country. At which point, there's going to be a lot more people in the free world trying to adapt to society. So I think it's important to really lay out a game plan and see what it's like, in a funny way, also a serious way, what it's really like for these people to adapt. And of course, I have plenty of people that have been locked up 30 years, just got out of prison, going back, people in rehab. I live in a huge, probably Virginia's biggest recovery community. So I mean, I have lots of stuff that I want to do, but let me be clear about this. I can't get to any of that stuff until I take care of this. And some of the issues I have are technical. I had a computer that went out. I got a new computer. So I put what I had into that, got a new computer. And now I have this lens issue. I do have another lens, but it doesn't shoot the same. You get emotionally attached to these things. As a guy who loves cameras, I get emotionally attached to electronic devices. They become like my friends. And my friend now is sick, and I don't think I can fix him. So I'm going to have to get a new friend and move him in and try him out. And also, just to be clear, I did have, for a lot of the videos past the first couple, I had some help, and I don't have that anymore in the same way. So it's much more like 1000% me, as opposed to, maybe 70% me, or 80 or 50 or 60 or, holy shit, I almost ran into the curb. Yeah, so there's that. Like I said, I really am going to delete this thing because the quality is abysmal. I'm going to go work on making a better quality thing. I'm going to go work on getting this video done, which isn't just me commenting on stuff. I mean, this is going to include real life testimony from people you've never seen, people you've never heard before, stories that are just going to, if they don't blow your mind, they probably shouldn't, because in your heart of hearts, you know what it is. You know what it is. Part of this is doing a public service, but the other part is, it's just revenge. There's a part of it that is that. You don't get to just dry snitch on really shit that I didn't even do. Like, I cannot remember ever telling a lie, even about the probation thing. You apologized, like Joe, for instance. I'll look at the camera right now and tell you, buddy. That was a big thing that pissed me off. We were supposed to be pals, and you got mad because I thumbed up a comment that Jellicoe made. You said, I can't trust you because of that. You don't remember? That's what you said. I said, this guy's a fucking lunatic. And then what do? A week later, you make a video saying, sorry, I lied. Do you apologize to me about the thing that you lied about? Because that's all you had in your video to discredit what it is I said about you when you were defrauding your patrons. When you were lying about me, you had one thing, which was this probation thing. Let me show you this paper right here. I'll use my McDonald's bag. You see this? You see this paper right here? That tells you, and it's all redacted, you can't see it. I mean, it's ridiculous. It's the stupidest thing I've ever seen. So he apologized. Does he apologize to me since we're such good friends? No. Does he take down any of these bullshit videos about me when we're such good friends? No. Still, do I say anything about him? No. I just decided to make my own channel because I didn't know how long I had left in the tank, physically or even just my life. It was in the balance. It still, to a certain extent, is. And so I just try and power through every day. And I do. I'm very meticulous about the way that I make my videos. I want them to be as good as they can possibly be, no matter what I have. And yeah, sometimes I bitch and complain. I do it all the time. I'm a classic, like a Jewish person that's constantly, I can't believe the weather today. You wouldn't believe all this car, the noise. It's crazy. This guy, he drives across. That's crazy. But it's just bullshit. Just the way I was brought up. It's just the way my family is, I guess. I don't know. It's the way I am. But, I don't mean a whole lot by it. But this has been tough for me, man. It's been really tough for me to adapt to society this time around. The level of anxiety, just the psychological trauma, man, of having to assimilate and then being sick and all that stuff. I mean, I've told you guys all this before, but yeah, man, it's taking its toll. And then Joe, like when we got together, I showed him pictures of all these tubes hooked up to me. And he acted like, it was whatever. I mean, he was like, man, I'm really sorry you had to go through that. But having and I didn't want any sympathy or whatever. And honestly, I was happy to bury it. It was part of my fourth and fifth step, which was that I wanted to bury whatever issues we had. Didn't matter whose fault it was, whether it was my fault, his fault. I mean, it's everybody's fault to a certain extent. But then this, you're mad at me because I thumbed up a comment, and then you keep lying about me, and then you keep antagonizing me for no good reason. I'm not doing anything to you, man. And then the lies. I can't, it bothers me. And having to account because y'all motherfuckers, it could be staring you in the face, but unless there's the burden of proof for me is to the goddamn Empire State Building. The burden of proof for him is in a cave somewhere. So I got to come all the way correct. You guys have taught me that. There is no half-stepping. You got to either bring it all or don't even bother. So I'm going to bring it all. And I'm probably going to do it in one shot. Maybe I ought to drop it in just a couple. And then when I'm done with it, I'm done with it. We might do a live stream and talk about it and mingle and whatever. And then he can carry on and just do whatever the fuck he wants. And if he wants to keep responding to me, that's his business. But I'm going to do my bit. And it's just something I have to do. And you can call it obsession. You can call it a sickness. You can call it a resentment. You can call it revenge. You can call it all those things. And it's probably all of that is true. But I personally can't move on until I'm done. And I just wanted to be honest with you about that. I didn't just become a well-adjusted normal citizen overnight. I'm not there yet. I have never made any bones about the fact that I'm a complete fruitcake. I am not normal. I am not well-adjusted. I have, I've got a few issues. But none of this was necessary, man. I could have turned the other cheek and just ignored everything, man, but it's just not in me to do that. So I didn't do that, and here we are. And now I got to relearn how to do a lot of things that I was counting on other people to help me out with. Now I got to figure it all out on me. It's all on me. And that's okay. It's all been on me before, and I'll make it work. Listen, I'm going to read a couple more comments. I really appreciate you guys hanging with me. Troll or no troll, it's all good. Sometimes I get emotional about this stuff, and I'm not saying it's right, man, but that's how I feel. It makes me just a little wacky sometimes, so. Like he's getting 1% of the views. That's that. You know what's funny? The last, just since you want to talk numbers, smart guy, I'm going to give you this. This dude is on such a downward slope. This is the biggest time for YouTube. Like, again, if I really wanted to make money, if all I cared about was making money, I would have done the Lori Loughlin video. I would have done, when the what's his name? Fucking the guy that pissed all over the girl. What's his name? R. Kelly. When he got his shit slapped around, I would have made a video about, there's a million different videos to me. I would have made a video about the fucking guy that blew up the building in his RV or whatever. What would happen to him? Of course, he ended up like burning up the RV. Maybe. Trump in prison. Is it possible? Let's talk about it. I haven't seen anybody talk about it because people are scared about, political stuff. And let me tell you this other thing. Another reason why I stopped with the live streams is, number one, too easy. It is nothing for me to sit here and talk about things that I'm interested in that or prison related, or interacting with fans, trolls, or just people who are curious, intellectually, emotionally, or otherwise. It's nothing to me to do that. I love it. I don't need a camera to do that. Some of you in the chat, I talk to just to talk to outside of here because I genuinely, I'm interested in you. I'm interested in people. That's what my videos are about. That's what documentaries are about for me, is making them personal and getting to know you. And by proxy, getting to know myself better, because I'm still trying to figure all of these things out. I don't know myself inside and out. I know a lot of things about myself, but I'm still trying to get better and I'm still trying to learn. I don't want to be, a crazy, anxious, wound up lunatic forever, but I probably will be to a certain extent. So how do I mitigate that, and how do I channel that stuff and make something out of it? That's what it's about. That's what the channel is about for me. I want to make films. I don't necessarily want to be a YouTube personality. I want to make shit that lasts. I want to make shit that matters. I want to make shit that makes you laugh, makes you cry, surprises you, surprises me in the process of making it. I mean, that's my dream. That's what I want to do. And part of me is like, God damn, dude, that's kind of got, taken away from me a little bit. And I allowed it to happen. So I have to take responsibility for that. Damn, I'm going off on a tangent. But yeah. Oh, the numbers, right. So when I dropped that last video, some of you guys think that views are everything. Everyone is measured by views. It's not. It's watch time minutes. And the fact of the matter is that my content, Prison Junkie content, the retention numbers are out of this world when it comes to minutes watched. That matters a lot more than just views. Now let's also consider this about obsession. A couple numbers to throw out at you. I started this channel, or rebooted it. My first upload, I believe, was July 22nd, 2020. No, July 16th. I don't know. 2 weeks later, Joe, let's talk about him one more time. This is going to be in the video so everybody can see it. APS never has spun off a channel ever in the history of their existence. 5 years. Not 10 years. 5 years. Banky, Pound, here we go. 2 weeks after my channel. Or a week and a half after my channel. Maybe it's a coincidence. Just maybe. Guy did 30 years in prison, has an interesting story to tell. Probably doesn't want to work for Joe so much, wants to do his own thing. Joe can't control it. Okay, fine. Here's your own channel. You can make that argument. Maybe. It might be a leap, but maybe, whatever. Not so fast. Oh, by the way, how about Dave's World? Dave's World. A week later. So literally within just a few weeks of me starting a channel, all of a sudden 2 APSers who are in the good graces of Joseph P. Guerrero now have their own channel, something he's never done in 5 years. And get this, I make it clear on video 2 or 3, it's going to be about mental health, addiction, and adjusting. We're not going to do so much. I do the comedy bits or whatever. It's not going to be top 5s, top 10s versus all that bullshit. Now, Dave, instead of a gaming channel, it's about addiction and mental health. What? Come on. Now, 1, happenstance, 2, the coincidence, but now it's the same topic. 3, you got to be pretty fucking naive and maybe had just fell off the turnip truck or just got done sucking off that donkey wearing that sombrero, shaking those maracas in Tijuana. You got to be that dumb to believe that that's just the way it worked out. So now who's got the obsession? Oh, I thought that was somebody I knew. So now who's got the obsession? Me? Guy who just randomly started a channel in the middle of summer because he got sick? Content doesn't look like anybody else's, not in this genre. Or, and again, okay, so I brought up numbers. Guy's got 1% of his subs. How many of those subs are active? How many? Let me tell you something else. When I worked at After Prison Show, the 3 best months in the history of that channel, view-wise, 12 million, 11.5 million, 10 million. I'm not saying I had anything to do with it. I'm sure it was just a coincidence, but I happened to be there during the 3 very best months. It had nothing to do with subscribers, had everything to do with views and watch time minutes. You want to go look at Social Blade? Go check it out. Check my math. Go check it out. I've done it, but I mean, don't take my word for it. Do your own thinking. Dropped the last video. With my 5,000 subscribers, I have gotten more views in the last month or two than Dave and his 15,000 and Banky and his 15,000. Oh, and I was getting 25 to 30% of APS with 30 uploads and 5,000 subs during that week. Again, if I wanted to keep cranking the videos out, quality is king. YouTube is a different world. Nobody wants to watch you talking about hyping up next week's video anymore. That shit's dead. Now we're making shit that lasts. We're making shit that endures. I'm either going to do that or I'm not going to do it because I'm not in it for the money. I'm in it for me, to satisfy me. And if I can satisfy me, I truly believe that there are some of you out there who will be satisfied as well. That's my theory. I make it for me. I make what I want to see. And then I think, and to take a chance, roll the dice that maybe there's somebody else out there, some other weirdo cuckoo bird like me who might want to see the same thing. I see that it's about an hour. I probably talked enough. Yeah. So I feel like, yeah, you guys are... Oh, I love Rick Taylor here. Rick Taylor, we could do this all day. I even thought about doing an intro this way. Yanni. Okay. I want 3 leads. I don't want... I can't do Lemon. If you give me anybody else other than Lemon. I want... Oh, shit. Put that coffee down. You think I'm fucking with you? I am not fucking with you. I'm totally forgetting the dialogue here. Hey, you see these glasses? Rick, you see these glasses? Those glasses cost more than your car. You see, pal, that's who I am, and you're nothing. Nice guy? Fuck you! No, I think it was nice guy. Who gives a shit? Good father? Fuck you! Go home and play with your kids. You want to work here? Close. And Rick, your name is your wanting. You can't play in the man's game. Well, go home and tell your wife your troubles. Because only one thing in this life matters. Get them to sign on the line which is dotted. You hear me, you fucking flounders? Sorry, I can do much better than that. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and cut this short. Last comment. Oh, shit. You know what it takes views? You know what it takes to get views in this business? It takes brass balls to get views in this Volvo. Go and do likewise, gents. I'd wish you good luck, but you wouldn't know what to do with it if you got it. And to answer your question, Rick, why did I come here? Mitch and Murray asked me to do a favor. I said, the real favor is to fire your fucking ass because a loser is a loser. Have a great night, gents.